Well, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. We have come to the last pay-per-view of the Thunderdome era. Yes, it is time for Hell in a Cell, Heck in a Sec, Hack in a Sack, whatever. Point is, and yeah, we're having this in June because I don't know why. But, well, like I said, this is the last pay-per-view of the Thunderdome era, basically. Because, well, the company will resume live touring in mid-July, and the next pay-per-view we get to will be in front of fans, so we'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, we have to focus on a card that is basically half filled with rematches. And one that wouldn't have been a rematch, but no, instead, the Roman Reigns-Rey Mysterio match got moved to the SmackDown before Hell in a Cell, which Reigns unsurprisingly retained. And now we're stuck with this here. Yeah, that's not good at all. We're stuck with a card that's half rematches and some that you just wonder, oh god, please don't let this end badly. But let's just see what happens. I'm Coffee Lover 239, and with me as always is Orange Cassidy's personal hype man, Heathy.
Hey guys, it's a bit of a weird one, but you know what? It's Hell in a Cell. I get hyped for it every single year, so I mean I sound it, but yeah, I've got the day off on Sunday and Monday, so I'll be able to watch it live, which is always nice. But yeah, it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be a good show.
I hope so. I hope so. And what do you think about the moving of the Rey Mysterio Roman Reigns match to the SmackDown before Hell in a Cell?
I think it was a combative move to to go up against Wardlow and Hager's cage fight on AEW Dynamite.
Yeah, try and take some wind out of that.
Yeah, it was definitely for the ratings, but I felt like they could have saved that match until the pay-per-view itself. It made no sense. It was a bit of a non sequitur. It didn't make sense to me. But you know what? It's happened. We move on.
Yeah, I agree with you. And given the fact that one of the matches that was upgraded to Hell in a Cell really doesn't even need it, yeah, I feel like it's kind of a downgrade. But let's just get into it. I may not spend a hell of a whole lot of time with some of the rematches, but we'll see. Let's start, shall we? Well, that didn't take long. We're now at our first rematch of the bunch. It's Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre in a last chance Hell in a Cell match for the WWE Championship. Excuse me. So at WrestleMania Backlash, Bobby Lashley defeated Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman to retain the WWE Championship. The following night on Raw, MVP and Lashley issued an open challenge to anyone on the Raw roster except McIntyre and Strowman. Later in the main event, it was revealed that the open challenge was just to face Lashley rather than a title match. New Day's Kofi Kingston answered the challenge and defeated Lashley thanks to McIntyre's distraction. The following week, WWE official Adam Pearce scheduled a match between McIntyre and Kingston where the winner would face Lashley for the WWE Championship at Hell in a Cell, only for it to end in a no contest after interference from Lashley and MVP. A rematch was scheduled for the following week where if Lashley or MVP were at ringside or interfered in the match, Lashley would be suspended 90 days without pay. Oh no, and have to forfeit the damn thing. Nah. Who gives a shit? If they let Brock get away with it, they can let Bobby get away with it. Anyways, McIntyre defeated Kingston to earn another title match against Lashley at Hell in a Cell. During the contract signing on the June 7th episode, the match was made in a Hell in a Cell match with a further stipulation that this would be McIntyre's last chance at the WWE Championship as long as Lashley's the champion. So our first rematch, and you think adding a Hell in a Cell would spice it up, but I don't know. I'm not really feeling it for this one. It really hasn't reached boiling point crazy shit, basically. It's not like where McIntyre went and yeeted MVP the same way that Roman did to Dominic Mysterio, but that's beside the point. And with it being a last chance, basically, for Drew McIntyre, you have to wonder what direction they're going to take. Because with fans coming back, and if Brock Lesnar somehow makes his untimely return, this could go one of two different ways. That will probably affect the outcome of this match, depending on what they want to do. Now, basically, if Brock is coming back and they want to actually have him face Bobby without the title, then you could see Drew McIntyre winning in that regard. On the other hand, though, if Brock is going to do something else with someone, then you could probably have Lashley retain. Those are the possibilities I'm looking at here. Heath, who do you think's gonna win?
It just feels like we're buying time until SummerSlam. WWE, for all of their promise that we would not be seeing any rematches, they find a way to do some mental gymnastics and find a loophole that
They don't
guarantees a rematch.
care.
No, they don't give a f about nothing, as Creed from The Office would put it. Yeah, so I don't think McIntyre is winning the title. I feel like he's got some other stuff to do. Give him a run with the US title, or give him something to do, because he's too good not to be utilized properly. But at the same time, you need Lashley to hold on to that title. If what rumors are going around are to be believed, that we're setting up for Lashley and Lesnar in the SummerSlam, where we'll be having upwards of 60,000 in attendance. So that's going to be, they want the marquee match. And McIntyre Lashley, we had that at Mania. We don't really want to see it again at SummerSlam. Heck, some people don't want to see it now. But this should be the final chapter. They are marketing it as last chance, Hell in a Cell. But yeah, I'm going to go with Lashley. I think it's a pretty safe bet.
Here's the thing, though. I want to argue with you on this here, or debate rather. Here's the thing I want to mention to you. Does Brock and Bobby, if Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley is actually going to happen at SummerSlam, I want to argue, does it really need the title in it with all is said and done? Because if it has the title, and you don't know what could happen if Brock actually would put over Bobby or whatever. Hell, he's probably been so damn hesitant to do this match that, for whatever reason, we don't know why, actually. And I'm going to be honest, if that happens, and if Bobby Lashley retains, but Brock wins at SummerSlam, we could have another serious fucking problem here on our hands, quite frankly, and another of this title bullshit with the WWE Championship. And I had enough pain of that many years ago. I don't need to go through that again, thank you very much. I don't know, really.
Oh, I feel like it's twofold the reason for if you do Lashley Lesnar for the title. Number one, you get the highest stakes on a certain match. Builds up intrigue. It's like double jeopardy. Like you get double the XP, or something to do with double. You have Lashley and Lesnar again. That on paper that sells tickets alone, but then you have it for the WWE title. That just increases the odds of it just being this huge, gargantuan blockbuster match. And on the other side of the coin, you have Lesnar, who arguably, is doing Kevin Owens' gimmick better than he is. He's a prize fighter.
Oof, that hurts.
So I think if Lesnar does come back, it's always going to be for a title match. Lesnar's reaching the twilight of his career. He's what, 43 right now. He's
about.
He's about to enter his mid-40s. He doesn't want to just come back just doing random matches if it's not for a purpose. And Lesnar loves to go for the title when he comes back. So that's my bet.
But here's the issue with that, man. Here's my issue with that. If that happens, there may be a chance that Bobby Lashley, if that happens as planned at SummerSlam, or if that's the plan, then there may be not a chance in hell that Lashley walks out with that title. And like I mentioned, we're back to square one all over again with this bullshit. I don't want to risk it or anything. And the match alone, we don't know if Brock is still going to put over Bobby or not, quite frankly. Technically, Bobby's the older of the two, but you wouldn't even realize it, quite frankly, looking at them from a glance. These two look like they could still really go at it if they wanted to. But that's my main issue, if Brock would even put over Bobby, because Bobby Lashley, I feel, deserves one hell of a ring with that title. And for it to come crashing down just to put it back on Brock fucking Lesnar, it feels like a waste, goddammit. Shit, I don't know. You know what? I'm feeling a little risky here. I feel like I'm gonna go off the beat path because I really feel like Lashley and Lesnar, if the match itself would sell alone, then maybe it wouldn't need the title. You know what? Fuck it. I'm actually going to go off the path, and we're going to do a split thing right off the way. I'm going to go a little risky with McIntyre here. Because I feel like if Lashley and Lesnar is planned, then we do not need another title reign to go through that bullshit. Unless Brock puts over Bobby, quite frankly. But who's to say he wouldn't even want to? At this point, He's probably got so much control over his character that it's downright scary in a way, to the point where I have to imagine if we have any of those situations like when WCW gave Hogan control of his character and booking finishes all that match ago. You see what happens. We don't need another Bash at the Beach 2000 on our hands, people. But I'm going to go with McIntyre for now. This prediction is subject to change like everything else, but we shall see. Next on the card, we have Rhea Ripley versus Android 18, Charlotte Flair, for the Raw Women's Championship. At WrestleMania Backlash, Rhea Ripley defeated Charlotte Flair and Asuka to retain the Raw Women's Championship. The following night on Raw, Flair confronted WWE officials Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville, demanding another opportunity at Ripley for the championship, as Flair did not take the pin in the triple threat match, but that's not how that works. Pearce and Deville stated that if Flair won her match against Asuka, they would consider it, but Flair lost the match thanks to a distraction from Ripley. The following week, however, Flair defeated Asuka just to piss me off and a bunch of other people off because I hated how Charlotte Flair has Asuka's number. That should have never been the case, and cursed that, Mania 34 match. A match between Ripley and Flair for the title was then scheduled for Hell in a Cell. Okay, so I'm a little bit hesitant to call this one a rematch. I mean, these two faced off at WrestleMania last year, but here the tides are different. This time Rhea has the Raw Women's Championship, and wait a minute, actually that's it. Everything feels different. I feel like with Rhea Ripley, that ever since she's been called up, that something has been lost in the translation, that she's lost that edge that she had in NXT previously. I feel like it happened sooner when that bad decision to have Charlotte go over Rhea and Mania last year happened in the NXT Women's Championship, because not only did that not do anything for the NXT Women's Division or for the championship itself, or even Charlotte Flair for that matter, it put a notch in Rhea Ripley. Everything seemed fine at the Rumble, at least, when she made it to the final two along with Bianca Belair, but ever since then, the winning on the Raw Women's Championship, I feel like there's just something that's been lost. Something isn't quite right, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Maybe perhaps the way she's looking in the promos and all, they do have a lot of all that. The way the matches and the booking of the division is playing out, that's what happens when you get people power back in the building, basically, and you can't say there isn't some influence because All Red Everything is back, God help us all, and there's rumors about maybe something for the Bellas? I don't know, but back to this match. I just don't even know. I feel like they're just biding time with this until Becky Lynch inevitably returns, because she's been in in-ring shape for a good while now, basically. And I guess they're just biding time until that happens. So this is just the step there, because there's literally no one else. You already went through Asuka, and who the fuck else do we have? The other two women, they already have a match. And yeah. Healy, who do you think's gonna win?
I think this match depends on what Becky Lynch is doing, because there's no other credible threat to Ripley's title. If Ripley beats Flair and Lynch is not nowhere to be found, it's basically Ripley's just buying a front row seat to SummerSlam and just watching with the crowd at this point. Because whoever they put up in front of her is not going to do a job. So there's been reports that Becky Lynch was seen training at a performance center, so there's a very high possibility that if she doesn't show up after this match, that she shows up, say, at Money in the Bank next month. And I think that will be the time where we get the build up for Ripley versus Lynch at SummerSlam. I'm going to go for Ripley to win her.
I'm going to agree with you on that one. Honestly, we do not need another damn reign for Charlotte. Rhea Ripley still needs that belt. I feel like maybe a lot of the reason why something was lost in translation is the lack of opponents for Rhea Ripley. You give her someone like a Becky Lynch, I think that would probably help her out a whole lot, basically. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Rhea Ripley on this one as well, to retain. Now here's one of the non-rematches, thankfully. We've got Bianca Belair versus Bayley in a Hell in a Cell match for the SmackDown Women's Championship. And you thought the friggin' other Hell in a Cell match didn't need it? Well, this one might even be less so, but I personally digress. Anyways, at WrestleMania... Oh, wait a minute. This was a rematch. Shit. I guess that means... I forgot it even was. That makes 1, 2, 3, 4. So the majority of the card is rematches. I just realized that. Son of a... I thought half, but no, it's 4. With the exception being Rhea Charlotte. Well, it's a toss-up. You could take it or leave it for that one. And then Alexa Bliss versus Shayna Baszler, which we'll get to next. But back to this match. So at WrestleMania Backlash, Bianca Belair defeated Bayley to retain the SmackDown Women's Championship. On the following SmackDown, WWE official Sonya Deville hosted a parade of champions to celebrate SmackDown's champions. Bayley interrupted, taking issue that she was not being celebrated as the longest reigning SmackDown Women's Champion, and claimed, that Belair had cheated at Backlash by using her hair as a weapon. Hey, she did it at WrestleMania against Sasha Banks. You should have seen that one coming, Bayley. Oh, wait, you didn't because you got taken out by the... Wait, but the Bella takeout was on the second night. Screw it, never mind. On the June 4th episode, Belair challenged Bayley to a rematch at Hell in a Cell with the title on the line, and Bayley accepted. Kind of forgot this one was a rematch, and again, I don't even know why. Although, some people could say Bianca Belair has maybe lost a little edge in some stuff, and it feels like the same promo's just being cut on loop. I feel like it's less severe compared to Rhea Ripley here. At the same time, though, this match... You have to look, we know what these two are capable of. We know they'll put on a decent match, but goodness gracious. I feel like some of these feuds are being extended, and it's possible that Belair may be just buying some time for when Sasha Banks comes back, because you know WWE, with the majority of this card being rematches here, if they could get away with an all-rematch card, I think they would find a way. Look, this should be a fine match, but... Again, another stop in the road, buying time for who's ever next for Belair. Same thing with Rhea and Charlotte. It's just, this is on the SmackDown side, and this one happens to have the cell with it. Heathie, who do you think's going to win?
I don't think we've talked about this, but the good thing about a Hell in a Cell match, and this could be playing into kayfabe, quite a bit, but it still stands true. The match has the ability, the potential to elevate, the viciousness, the physical, attacking mind of any given superstar. You get like a PG alien you put inside a cell a few years ago. You bring out a cold-blooded killer. You put Bianca Belair, who's stagnated a bit. Who's been a bit dull. That sharpens the knife, so to speak. So I think I don't know. I don't see any. I don't see many, if any at all, title changes happening on Sunday. I think it's going to be Bianca and her WMD, her whip of mass destruction, to win her.
Oh, yeah, I'm agreeing with the mass destruction. I like that. And yeah, I agree with you there. It really, one thing we never realize is that it brings out the most insane, the deep, dark subconscious of a wrestler here. Hell in a Cell does bring out, so... In a way, it does give you that sort of evil side for that matter. But yeah, I'm going to agree with you and go with Bianca Belair. There's really not much of a reason for Bayley to win the belt here from what I'm looking at. So yeah, I'm going to go with Bianca Belair on this one. What the hell are we even doing with this shit? I don't even with this. I really just genuinely don't even with this match. Alexa Bliss, Shayna Baszler. There's no description for it on Wikipedia, so I have to go here. Now, what happened? For weeks, Sommelier Reginald was the victim of a series of mysterious events while in the corner of Baszler and Jax during their matches. The Queen of Spades. It says spaces. What the fuck? The description on WWE.com has spaces instead of spades. God, if Botchamania could do shit like this here, that would be great. I could literally just send this shit in here, because I can catch it on the fly. And look, I just did. Anyways, the Queen of Spades eventually set the blame for these strange occurrences, as well as for her dominant tandem losing the WWE Women's Tag Titles at Bliss's feet. She even went so far as to journey onto Alexa's playground, beat up Reggie, and dismiss Alexa's friend Lily as being a stupid little doll. Oh, that was way... She didn't even go savage on that shit, quite frankly, knowing her, Shayna Baszler, but I digress. After Baszler stomped Lily on the ground the following week, she was met with a series of flames that chased her to the backstage area. Shockingly, not by Kate. When she barricaded herself in the dressing room, she found Lily staring back at her in the fucking mirror. This is literally like Hogan and Warrior back in the late 90s in WCW. My God, what is wrong with these people? Okay, I'm starting to regret the whole fucking Alexa Bliss entering the fucking Bray Wyatt storyline. If this shit I knew was gonna happen, I would have just kiboshed the whole thing right then and there. Because look what happened. She turns on him, makes his fucking feud against Orton anticlimactic, making him look like Orton's bitch, basically, for lack of a better term. And now look, Bray's off TV. They're possibly waiting for the return of fans, but that's but you know, whatever. And then you have Shayna fucking Baszler, who was such a dominant badass in NXT. Now look at her. She's being scared by a godforsaken goddamn doll. This is ridiculous. If they try and pull that crap in live, in perf with fans, they would be booing the ever-loving hell out of that, because that was just awful. That was just bad. My own girlfriend just had that to make a rant on that Raw episode when that crap happened. It was just bad. Just bad all around. I feel bad for Baszler. She deserves much better than this. And I cannot believe this is what happened with Bliss. From the best work of her career to gone completely too far. I feel the rails have gone off the rails with this supernatural stuff. And I'm afraid we may need to put this back on ice for a while. Because WWE always finds a way to screw it up somehow. And look what happened. Just look what happened. Alright. Heaty, help me out here.
I wish you could, but the thing is, a legit MMA fighter who could snap off your fingers like they were just Cadbury chocolate fingers and devour them as such without grimacing is getting scared by a puppet. Just let that sink in for a second. Like, I know we're supposed to suspend our disbelief when it comes to wrestling, and I absolutely stand by that, but this is just, this is like saying it's not raining when you're drenched, when you're saturated. You're just lying to yourself at this point if you think this is real entertainment. It's I don't know, it's elementary level creative writing, and I don't know why they're writing this, but we're gonna have to sit through it, and it'll probably go over 10 minutes because why not? You know what? Let's just let's play the pessimist, because WWE can never be the optimist in terms of booking anything right now. I'm gonna go with Alexa Bliss. Why am I saying that? I shouldn't be saying that.
Why are you saying that? Because you have no choice now. We are forced. We're screwed.
It's like we know what's gonna happen, but it's like when you see a really narrow road and you have two cars coming from opposite directions. You know they're gonna crash, but you're basically forced to look and see what happens.
You know what I have to wonder? If this is what's going to be next for Rhea Ripley. Like, if Becky Lynch doesn't somehow make her return, you have to wonder if Alexa Bliss is going to be somewhere in the pipeline for Rhea Ripley. Oh, you really want to have her go the distance? Oh, there you go. And God forbid we actually have Piper Niven already get in there anyways and do something with Ripley if that's not the case. I don't know. The whole women's division in general but Raw in particular is so bad. SmackDown's a little better, but only a little. This, I'm half past gone with all this crap. I can't take much more of this. I'm just gonna say Alexa Bliss as well, because if I keep thinking hard about this, I'm gonna go cross-eyed like an Austin Powers, and no one needs that. So, let's just see. I'm gonna go with Bliss. Yeah, I'll agree with you on that. Alright, and the last two matches we have are rematches. Oh my god. We were only literally 2 matches away from a full-on rematch card. Oh god. And it's one that has been just driven into the ground. In fact, didn't we have this match at WrestleMania not all that long ago?
Yeah,
We did.
with Logan Paul.
Exactly, Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. I can't even be bothered now. I thought, with WrestleMania, that would be it. I think, remember in the days how they used to chant "Fight Forever" for these two in NXT when they would fight and they'd have feud? Oh, good grief. Someone must have taken that to heart. The old man either took that to heart, or one of the crony yes men, or whoever the flying hell. I don't know. I genuinely just don't know. Only this time, there's just no reason. That was it. It should have been fucking over at Mania, but no. Have we really exhausted the pool that much to the point where we have to do with this rematch? I feel like the more and more they keep doing this match, the less and less I care, basically, because how am I supposed to? How am I supposed to when it's just the same damn thing? In fact, do I even really have much else to say? No, I don't. I don't have much else to say. Do you have anything to say, Healy? Do you have any idea who could win?
This is a missed opportunity of the highest standards. If they built this right, this could have been the match that would be in Hell in a Cell. So much personal animosity between them. They've switched the face heel role multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
They could have really done something with this, and even harkening back to the Hell in a Cell past. It's like WWE have a perfect opportunity right in front of their very eyes, and they say, "Nah, not having that.
It's
Too
ridiculous.
too quote unquote smart. The fans won't get it. Yeah, we'll get it. Just do it." No, they don't. But I don't know. I don't know why we're still doing this. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm thinking like we do like this multi-man IC title match with Owens, Zayn, Cruz, Big E, maybe not Sheamus. Sheamus is on Raw now. Yeah, Fatal 4-Way maybe again. I would have said Black, but they screwed him up.
Yep, I know.
There's a lot. There's a lot of factors in here, and honestly, I don't care for any single one of them. I'm just gonna go with. I think it's what fuel the conspiracy. Have Owens win, and we'll see what Zayn can do with that loss. See if he can turn it into something golden, because Zayn is just so good at doing that.
So I'll agree with you there. I'll go with Kevin Owens as well, because honestly, it's really just a flip of the coin at this point. But you probably got a point there about Kevin Owens, and there's no need to go on further about this here. So I'll go with Kevin Owens, and let's go to the last match. And just to round out this whole majority rematch burger of a card, why don't we have one more just for good measure, basically? Anyways, you know what this actually kind of reminds me of, as I could break it down. It's like if you get yourself a quarter pounder, or for our cheese, or our French viewers, a Royale with cheese. I've seen one too many Tarantinos. Anyway, so, yeah, metaphor, basically. It's like, you get your ketchup, you get your pickles, you get your onions, and what else? I feel like there's something I'm missing in there. I think the mustard as well. We take out all those... Okay, actually, it could be a little much, but... Yeah, whatever, forget it. I don't know where this is going anyways. Anyways, Cesaro versus Seth Rollins. And this is one that I can't even be further to begin. Of course, it's not obviously as run into the ground as Owens and Zayn, but still, again, we had this match happen at Mania. Again, that should have been the end of it, basically. I can't even be bothered to read you all the details, because I myself I can't be bothered anymore here. It's like, shit. It's like, well, the thing is, apparently Rollins put Cesaro out on the shelf, but then Cesaro pretty much crashes the ding-dong hello set, and yeah, where Seth Rollins is a guest, and something, I don't even... I don't even know anymore. Alright, I got nothing. I don't think I have any... Yeah, wait. No, I got nothing. Healy, do you have anything?
I mean, I have a good idea for a match stipulation. You remember in SVR 6 you had the bottom panties match where you had to like take off certain outfits to get into their
Yeah, I believe it was actually the
Yeah.
Fulfill Your Fantasy match in SVR 06, but it was regular bra and panties matches, and
For
Here Comes the Pain, SmackDown versus Raw. I believe WrestleMania 21 on the Xbox also. Yeah, WrestleMania 21 and the original Xbox also had them.
Yeah, I don't know what to call a match because I just thought of this as you were talking just a second ago. I want there to be a stipulation where, there's a suit in the ring. Rollins is already wearing a suit. Cesaro's in his wrestling gear, and there's one spare suit. Rollins wins the match if he can get the suit on Cesaro, but Cesaro wins the match if he can get Rollins out of his suit.
So kind of like an inverse style tuxedo match, basically. For the males, they would basically have tuxedo matches. Now, those were very few and far between, though, but those have happened where both would be wearing tuxes, and then the winner of the match would be the first man to remove his opponent's tux. But basically, Cesaro would basically be forced to wear one, whereas Seth Rollins would have his taken off. Okay, I got it.
Because Rollins has such a unique and wild fashion style, it does not. It wouldn't have gone many other people. And Cesaro, he's always in a black suit or something, and Rollins, he doesn't want to be stripped of his fashion style. But yeah, I don't know. Again, this is probably the third time I've said this. I don't know why we're having this match. Is it a prolonged time? Are we doing another blow off at SummerSlam? Is this?
Oh goodness!
This,
Please
I
no.
don't know. I wish I could quantify it and tell you and explain to you and anyone else watching why we're doing this. I mean, they have great chemistry. It'll be a good match. But beyond that, storyline wise, I think again, this is a feud that, if done right, could have been intensified to a Hell in a Cell match. Rematches aren't a bad thing. If at Hell in a Cell. Except they've got to be in the cell and they've got to be as intense as shit. But they're not. They drop the ball again and again and again. But I'm repeating myself. I don't know. I think I've gone for a lot of heels to win, so I'm going to go with Cesaro. Why not?
Going with Cesaro as well because I don't even know. Because I just go with Cesaro because, damn it, we think Cesaro should be pushed. Now let's go ahead.
Cesaro.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and wrap this up now, shall we? And there you have it, a majority rematch card, people. But yeah. Anyways, so what can I say? Except majority rematches. Like I said, it's like all the extras on a quarter pounder or Royale with cheese, basically. And if you want to lose the 2 rematches there, or even just one of them, basically, you'd probably be doing yourself a favor. Metaphorically speaking, you'd be saving yourself a little bit of calories depending on what you drop, and you'd probably be much better off for it in the long run. Oh, look, I'll give the pay-per-view. We'll see what happens here. And who knows? It's not even probably going to be too long. Some of these matches might not run so long. Clearly, we're going to have more tension on the Hell in a Cell matches. My guess is that Bianca and Bayley will start, and then that Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre will be in the main event. But that depends on what happens, though. Like, if McIntyre's going to win, then they'll probably put him in on Monday, basically. You'll put him in the main event. What am I saying? But otherwise, he'll probably kick off the show, him and Lashley. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, I want to thank Healy, as always, for being here with me.
No worries. It's going to be a good show. I mean, it will be a bit repetitive. But yeah.
I might be decent, at least. I'm keeping my expectations low, and who knows? Who knows? It'll probably turn out better than I expect. And we'll see you next time for... it's gonna be it! The return of fans! Oh, yes! The next pay-per-view we have will be Money in the Bank! Oh, yes, yes, yes! The return of fans. Oh, boy. I hope you're ready for that, man. I hope you're ready, because, oh, I just can't wait. Oh, I really, really just cannot wait.
You know the one thing I'm really looking forward to on Money in the Bank?
Yeah?
Because it's a weekend, and you know what John Cena does on the weekends?
Yes?
John Cena kills kids, so I can't wait to see
Stop! Stop! What is it with you and that? Can we not start that, please?
Here's the thing, he murders them. Some of them are cerebral palsy.
Stop! Well, I don't want to go down that road. No. Okay, look, but for real though, for real, we got Money in the Bank next. Fans
Oh,
are basically going to be coming back in attendance, basically.
it's not only going to be electric; it will be emotional.
Yeah, because it's been God knows how long since fans have been in a building proper. Look, I know Mania had fans, but it still took us a little while, but we're getting back there, finally. Seemingly, it's also some semblance that the world is finally getting ready to get out of this hellhole we've been stuck in for what feels like forever, but, ultimately, yeah, this is going to be a great thing to see the fans back, and, I can't wait. So, brace yourselves. We will probably see you in 1, 2, 3. See you in
4 weeks.
about 4 weeks. 4 weeks or so. Yeah. So, thank you all for watching, and see you all then. Bye for now.